My mom left my father's house because of one thing: infidelity. For years, she endured his unfaithfulness, hoping he would change. But my dad couldn't control himself, and eventually, my mom decided she had suffered enough. She packed her things and walked away. At first, I thought she would be okay. She tried to rent a small place for herself, but the bills piled up, and her rent became overdue. The thought of her ending up on the streets broke me. So, I told her, "Mom, come stay with me." At that time, I was living alone. I wasn't married, and I worked as a game tester. It wasn't the most glamorous job, but it paid the bills and gave me freedom. And besides, I didn't need much. For a year, everything was peaceful. My mom healed, she laughed again, and I enjoyed her company. But one evening, she sat me down. Her eyes were heavy, and she said, "Son, I don't think I can keep living alone like this. I want to be with someone again. I'm ready for a relationship." I looked at her and smiled. She had sacrificed so much for me. She deserved happiness. Who was I to stop her? Soon, she met a man. They started dating, and before long, he proposed. My mom said yes, and not long after, they got married. When she told me he would be moving in with us, I didn't complain. I thought, if this makes her happy, I'll accept it. But things changed. At first, he was polite. We exchanged greetings, ate dinner together a few times, and even watched football on TV. But then, little comments started slipping out. One day, he walked into my room and said, "At your age, you're still living at home, doing nothing all day? Don't you think it's time to get serious?" I laughed it off. I thought he was just trying to motivate me. But his tone was sharp. Still, I ignored it. A week later, he barged into my room without knocking. I was sitting on my chair, controller in hand, testing a new game. He looked around and asked, "Didn't you see the dirty plates on the table? Get up and go wash them." I looked at him and replied calmly, "I didn't use those plates. And I didn't see them." His face twisted in anger. But he didn't say much that day. What he didn't know was that the house he was living in wasn't my mom's, it was mine. I had worked hard for years, saved, and bought that house. My mom never told him, and I didn't either. He thought it was hers, and he thought if he pushed hard enough, he could chase me out. He once even said to me, "Two grown men can't live under the same roof." He said it so confidently, as if he was waiting for me to pack my bags and leave. But month after month, he kept making life difficult for me. He criticized everything I did. He acted as if he owned the place. And the most painful part? My mom stayed silent. She never corrected him. She never told him the truth. I tried to talk to her about it. I asked her, "Mom, why don't you tell him the house is mine? Why are you letting him treat me this way?" She sighed but gave me no real answer. At that point, I started to feel like a stranger in my own home. After some months, I had enough. One night, I called both of them into the living room. I looked at her husband straight in the eye and said, "You said two grown men can't live under the same roof, right? Well, I agree with you. And that's why both of you need to leave my house." He froze. My mom's mouth dropped open. He finally realized the truth: the house wasn't hers. It was mine all along. It wasn't an easy decision, but I stood my ground. Because if he was man enough to talk about two grown men under one roof, then he was man enough to provide his own roof. But deep down, I keep asking myself, did I make the right choice? I love my mom, but I also love my peace. So I'm turning to you. What would you have done in my shoes? Did I go too far? Or did I do the right thing? Tell me in the comments. I'm really curious to hear your thoughts.